What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 15. So if you haven't seen Episode 15 of Season 9 of the Real Housewives of Potomac, turn this video off and go watch the episode. Then come back and watch this review. Please like the review, subscribe to my channel. It's the best, easiest, anonymous, free way to support my channel. I'm not a public speaker, as you can see, so I will tend to say and so and like. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. I'm going to be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. Also, comment below what you would grade this week's episode and what you thought of it. And if there's something that I leave out or forget or I'm off on, let me know in the comments. Or if you just have an opinion, just let me know in the comments. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this episode I'm going to give it a B minus just because I liked the little scene with Ray and Gordon. We don't get a lot of men-on-men scenes on Real Housewives of Potomac because most of them motherfuckers are either going through a divorce or don't have a man or don't want their man to be on TV or their man don't want to be on TV, either way. So, yeah, just because of Ray and Gordon, I'm going to give this episode a B minus. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad neither. I feel like Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Potomac was kind of like equally to this week. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a B minus. Last Chance, The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 15. If you haven't seen it, turn this video off because I don't want to spoil you. I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to give you any spoilers. Go watch it and then come back and watch this review. So, the episode begins with, of course, you know, we have the little quick scenes that they show us. But, you know, I like to start from just where we're going to actually start at. I like to start where I'm actually started. Where I like to start at. So, yeah, because it's my review. So, the episode begins. Ashley meets with this drag king, basically to get some pointers on her upcoming drag king performance, and she gives us a little insight on that in her confessional. What is her drag king name again? Ash Ton of Pussy. That's what it is. Hilarious. Oh, yeah. So we get the same Kiana, Giselle, and Wendy. Kiana's giving them a tour. Well, Kiana's giving Giselle a tour of her spa. Wendy arrives, and Wendy gets a flat tire. And this is so funny and cutesy how she didn't know what to do. She calls, and they're like, your account has been expired, but we can renew it. And she's like, expired? So then she gets inside, and she tells Giselle and Kiana, I had a flat tire. So embarrassing. She's like, well, I did get an alert telling me that my tire pressure was too low, but I just turned up my music. And I'm just like, you could tell that she don't do none of that shit. Like, she probably leave all that shit up to her husband. It was so funny. So, Giselle starts asking Kiana about, you know, would you change the name of your spa, K. Stewart, once you get married? And Kiana's like, no, I'm going to keep it the same. Although she says Greg doesn't believe in hyphens. He doesn't want her to hyphenate her name if they get married. So I'm like, well, that's crazy. I'm like, I got to get a hyphen if I get married. My last name is Honesty. So, like, I don't be just on here saying, hey, it's K.Honesty because you're going to get the truth. No, K.Honesty, my last name is really Honesty. So if I ever get married, I'm keeping that. And this going to be Honesty hyphen. But he don't believe in hyphens. So I'm just like, that's crazy. So she says in her confessional that she grew up watching her mom be so independent that she basically wants to follow her mom's footsteps. And that's where the struggles come in between her and Greg because they have difference of opinions when it comes to the domestic roles in their relationships. And that's understandable. So then they talk about Karen and all that she may be going through. And Kiana tells the ladies that Karen is taking Ozempic, like some type of weight loss medication. And I'm just like, so if she denied it, why would you say that she's taking it, Kiana? But then we find out what she basically is later on in the episode. So then we get this brunch date with Ray and Gordon, which I thought was cool. Because like I said, we don't get a lot of the husbands meeting up and stuff. Even though Gordon is a maybe soon-to-be husband or maybe not, according to these back and forths that we hear between Bea and Gordon. Oh, excuse me. So, Ray begins telling Gordon about Karen and her accident, says she's doing well. Luckily, she's doing good physically. She got a new car, this and the third. Saying that she thinks she's going to be exonerated of everything. Not after we seen that damn drunk tank footage, that drunk, we done seen the footage, and Karen has been, I seen on my timeline, she was found guilty. So I don't know what her charge is gonna be. I mean, I don't know what her sentences is gonna be. Sentencing is gonna be. I don't know what that's gonna be like. But I still love Karen. She just gotta do better, Drunk driving is a serious offense. So Gordon starts telling Ray, me and Mia are doing good co-parenting. I have them about 25 days out of the month, which is damn near the whole month. So Mia only has them for 5 days. So then Ray brings up, Karen told me Mia said that you took the kids while she was in Panama. And Gordon says, it was just some questionable decisions being made, so I took my kids. So it's like, okay. Stuff starting not to add up. It's just like, well, Mia says he was in a manic state and he took the kids out of impulse, and it was just weird. We don't know who to believe, because Gordon seems like he's sane and what he's saying or whatever. Oh, excuse me, I don't know why I keep yawning. So, he's like, so Ray's like, well, at least you didn't take them. No, he was like, Mia made it seem like you took them far, or whatever the case may be. And Gordon says that the only time he took the kids was when Mia was in Atlanta with Ink. And he took his kids. He said he came and got his kids from Atlanta when she was in Atlanta with Ink. Which must have been earlier on where he didn't feel comfortable with them being, well, according to Gordon, he still don't feel comfortable with them being around Ink. So then Gordon brings up, Ink thinking that he's the father of Jeremiah. And then he tells Ray that he got a paternity test on Jeremiah, and the child is Gordon's son. And I was happy to hear that, because I was like, we don't have time for this. If it actually is Ink's son, it's gonna be a whole situation. But I'm glad he was Jeremiah's. I'm glad Gordon was the father, because that's like, because Gordon is all Jeremiah knows. So it's just like, you wouldn't want to put all that switch up shit on a child like that. So he says he got the paternity test and he is the father. He said that Mia knows and has known for some time. Then Ray ass talking about some because when Raven was born, Karen tried to tell me people in her family have blue eyes, gray eyes, and I was just like, and then they showed that clip from the reunion where they were saying Karen was dealing with a dude with blue eyes. I was like, no, we're not about to bring this up again. No, we're not about to do this again. I was like, no. Raven looks a lot like Karen, but I think Ray, I think Ray's her father. But I was just like, God damn, why he even say that? Because that's going to be a question now. So Gordon tells Ray that he and Mia aren't going through with the divorce just yet. He said that he suggested to Mia that they do some marital counseling. And he said they might not even get divorced. So we get this scene with Stacy. She meets with an attorney to basically make sure that she's financially aware in her divorce or whatever. And she shares that with the attorney that the plan is for her to have her daughter, the custody plan is for her to have her daughter throughout the school year and for her ex-husband to have their daughter during the summer. And she's telling her attorney that she's waiving her child support rights. She says that her ex financially takes care of their daughter with all of her needs, so she don't feel like she need to file for child support. And she says, but she doesn't want to waive her. She doesn't want to waive her. What's the word? She doesn't want to waive her alimony rights. So the attorney basically is trying to point out to her, like, the same reason why you wouldn't want to waive your alimony could be the same reasoning you should consider for doing child support, because you never know how your ex-husband might change his feelings or his mindset in the future, or what if he gets with somebody who doesn't like him paying. And Stacy's just adamant. She's just like, I know my ex-husband will make sure that my daughter has everything she needs until she dies. So I'm standing. She's basically like, I'm standing on the waiving child support. But then she asked the attorney, she's like, how many women sit here and say the same thing I've said and then have to come back because the spouse has changed their mind or whatever? And the attorney's like, if I had to count $5, I'd be a rich woman. And Stacy's like, really? Like, what do you expect? I mean, I get it. This is her first divorce. She don't know nothing because she's been together with this man for 17 years. This is her first divorce, the first time going through something like this. So I get why Stacy's so kind of not realizing in this moment. Excuse me. So we get this scene where Giselle takes Grace and one of the twins, Adore, shopping for college to get more college stuff. And she says in her confessional that she's still in the courts as far as her father's will. She says her father's will has been revoked. So she's still in the courts about that. She does tell Adore that she's investing in a property that's right near her school. So when she comes to visit, she'll have somewhere to stay. And Grace and Adore are like, well, what about us? And Giselle's like, y'all saving y'all money? And they're like, we are. So they get to talking about what they want to do for Christmas trees or whatever the case may be. And Giselle shares in her confessional that her father would always help them pick out a Christmas tree and help them decorate it. So that's basically a memory that her and her girls will always have. And I was like, that's sweet. You know, it's not a lot I can say with Giselle. I mean, I see what they doing this season. They trying to make her likable, but I would never like Giselle. Some moments I do be with her on some things, but I still will never like Giselle. So we get this scene where TJ and Stacy, they go out on a date, and Stacy tells TJ she had a conversation with her ex-husband, and he will be leaving their once shared home in a couple of days. So TJ's like, okay, so when will I be able to come over to the house? And Stacy's like, it's a little too soon with my daughter still living there, blase. So then TJ has the nerve to say, it feels like you're hiding me. So Stacy's like, well, what do you need me to do to make you feel good about us? And TJ's like, well, I need you to tell people and tell your husband your ex-husband that we're dating. And I'm just like, sir, wasn't you the one just at the Love Lagoon talking about y'all wasn't in a relationship? Now you talking about you want her to tell the world that y'all dating. It's just like, what? You don't even like to be affectionate towards her in public or period. But you got the nerve to talk about she not doing enough. I was just like, what? He's so ass backwards to me. So he's like, yeah, I want you to tell your ex-husband that we're dating. And Stacy's like, and what would that make you feel? And TJ's like, well, I feel like it'll make you feel better and it'll signify a change or whatever. So then Stacy she's real transparent when she tells him, you know, it hurts for me to look at the life that I'm leaving. I'm mourning the Stacy that I once was. She's like, I'm not sure about things, and it's kind of scary for me because she's not used to it. And she says in her confessional, you know, TJ has no kids, never been married, so he's not understanding exactly what she's going through. And she can't just move when he wants her to move. So then TJ, he starts getting emotional. He tells Stacy, you know, sometimes I lose sight of what you're going through because I have to be so patient and understanding. And I was like, what? Patient and understanding? But go off. he's like, he never wants to, he gets emotional. He starts teary eyed. He's like, I never want you to feel like I'm pressuring you. He's like, you take as much time as you need. And it's like, that's sweet and all, but it's like he say one thing and I'm looking at him crazy, and then he say another thing. And it's like, oh, that's sweet. But it's just like, this nigga is wishy-washy. Like, I seen the way he acted at Wendy's birthday party, so that's the nigga that I see all the time now. But just like, I be looking at him like, I don't know. I still don't think he right with for Stacey. I think they good friends. So we get this scene with Karen and Ray. Karen is going through some looks for Ashley's drag show. And Ray's like, why you been wearing a lot of short stuff? And Karen's like, well, I'm wearing it for you. It's my mating call. It's just like, girl, you wearing it just to wear it. Ray ain't caring about no damn thing. He wanted you to give him a striptease or something. She was like, no, we not about to do a striptease. So Ray starts telling Karen about his lunch date with Gordon. So Karen is bringing up stuff that Mia said, and Ray's bringing up stuff that Gordon said, and it's not interlining with each other. So Karen's like, Mia said that she has full custody of the kids. And Ray's like, well, Gordon said he has the kids 25 days out of the month. And then he tells Karen, Gordon said that he don't trust leaving the kids with Ink because he don't know him like that. And Karen's like, well, Mia said that they are one big happy Brady bunch. And Ray's like, well, I don't know about that. And then he's like, he spills the beans and tells Karen that Gordon got Jeremiah paternity tested and that it is his child and that Mia has known. And then he tells Karen that about Gordon saying that Mia and him are not planning a divorce anytime soon, that they might not even get the divorce. And Karen's like, well, Mia is making it seem like the divorce is basically already done. And Karen's just like, ooh. So Karen's the confessional like, Mia's just a liar. So we get this final scene. It's the Ashley's little drag show event. Kiana, Giselle, and Wendy arrive first, and Kiana is telling them that she just had one of the first big arguments with Greg about them moving in and whatever. She says in her confessional that Greg doesn't like filming. No surprise there. We've kind of noticed that. She says that he didn't really expect her to be out as much, and it's kind of making them disagree on things. And it's just like, because Wendy says this in her confessional. She says, I hope it doesn't get to the point where Kiana has to choose. It's seeming like that's what's probably going to happen. He's going to make her choose between the show and her relationship. But it's just like, you should want her to get her own money. I mean, but she said he's traditional. He wants her to be like housewife. But it's just like, you knew she had this business when you met her. You knew she was independent when you met her. You can't make a woman change their ways 100% when you get with them. So, Ashley arrives in her drag outfit looking... Why the 10 o'clock shadow? You didn't even need that. It literally just looked like her with a slick back. I was just like, okay, Ash ton of pussy, okay. We see Ashley's mom arrive. So then back at the table, Giselle brings up to Karen, Kiana told us you were on Ozempic. And I thought it was funny how when Giselle said that, Karen didn't even come for Kiana. Had that been somebody else like Robin or Mia or Jacqueline or somebody, Karen would have been down their throat. But since it was Kiana that said it, Karen didn't have nothing to say. She's like, well, I'm pre-diabetic, so I'm on semaglutide, semagluten, whatever it is. And Kiana's like, that's just an active ingredient in Ozempic. And then Giselle's like, so it's Ozempic. She was like, so it's Ozempic. And Karen's like, yes. It's just like, so Karen, you're on Ozempic, goddammit. So, Mia and Jacqueline, they were the last to arrive. What the fuck did Jacqueline have on? It looked like some shit you get out of Rainbow last minute. I was just like, what is Jacqueline wearing? And Mia, you supposed to be her friend. You just let her come out the house. Like, it's so weird. So, Karen pulls Giselle away. Basically to download her on Ray's meetup with Gordon. and she tells Giselle, Gordon didn't have. She's like, contrary to what Mia's been telling us, Gordon didn't have no manic episode when she was in Panama. Says that the custody situation doesn't exist and that Gordon got Jeremiah tested and he is his son, and Mia has known. And then Giselle was like, so she just been lying. So they go back to the table with the ladies, and Giselle and Karen immediately start getting on Mia about Ray and Gordon's conversation. They like, according to Gordon, your divorce is on pause. And Mia's like, so you guys are going to believe Gordon over me? I'm your friend. And Giselle's like, well, Mia, you are a known liar. She's like, you are a known liar. Which she is. So it's just like, you can't believe shit Mia say. But it's like, at the same time, why would you believe anything Gordon says? Just because y'all got some static with Mia at the moment, y'all going to take what Gordon says. Not saying that Gordon could be lying too, but not saying that Gordon could be or could not be lying, but I'm just like, so Wendy's like, well, we getting a little too rowdy. Let's take this discussion outside. So the ladies go outside. Mia immediately starts going in on Karen about her DUI, about her allegedly sleeping with other men. Karen's like, Mia can't hurt me. So then so Karen asks Mia, she's like, is it true that Gordon has your kids 25 days out of the month? And Mia's like, that's a lie. Like we watching the episode of Maury and Mia is Maury because she keeps saying that's a lie. So then Karen's like, well, Gordon told Ray that he took the kids when he was in Panama because they were with Ink and he didn't want them with Ink. And Mia's like, that's also a lie. So then Karen then brings up Gordon told Ray that he got Jeremiah paternity tested and that he is the father, and he says Mia knew even when they were in Panama. So before Mia could really get anything out, Jacqueline, of course, jumps in as a defense dog. And she's like, well, maybe Mia wasn't ready to discuss the paternity test with you guys. It was a home kit. I just found out 2 days ago. This is like, girl, stay out of it. So Mia walks away and goes back inside and leaves it there. And that's how the episode ends. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, I was like, they was just going in on Mia. I get it though, because Mia do be lying, but it's like at the same time, like I said, you don't know if Gordon is just saying this stuff or not. But at the same time, Gordon is messy, so we don't know if he was telling Ray this stuff because he knew it would get back to the ladies, or if he was just genuinely telling Ray what's going on. So it's like he could be lying, he could be lying, could not be lying, but we don't never know because Mia don't never tell the truth. But that's how the episode ends, and I think yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give it a B-. It wasn't bad. I liked the conversation between Ray and Gordon. They kept talking about gaining weight and what not to eat, what to eat. It was a funny little scene. And yeah, so I feel like I'm gonna leave it there with a B-. The whole Wendy not knowing how her car set up or whatever, that was funny too. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a B-. We didn't get no preview for the next episode. Well, I didn't, because the website I watched it on, they didn't show us no preview for the next episode. It just said to be continued. So those are my little thoughts or whatever's for this week's episode. Comment below what you would grade this week's episode and what you thought of it and your opinions, and if there's anything I forgot or left out or whatever, comment below. And like and subscribe to the channel. If you sat here for 24 minutes and watch this review, you can take 5 seconds out your time to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support my channel. It's easy, it's free, it's anonymous. If you want to see more stuff about the Real Housewives of Potomac, then you should like and subscribe, because then that stuff will pop up on your algorithm. Helps your timeline, helps my timeline, helps Black content creation in general. So just like and subscribe, comment below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.